Hey guys, how's it going? Finally got this stupid camera working. It's been acting up on my laptop. Might look a little grainy. Maybe it's just the darkness. I don't know. The room may be dark, scary, spooky. Anyway, welcome once again to the Acolyte review. This is for episode 2, Revenge slash Justice. Very creative titles. So, just gonna go over each episode. Spoilers, obviously. And just give my thoughts, positive, negative, in between, whatever, on the show. And like I said, I started this last week, and I'll be going through the entire Acolyte show. Then I'll probably just go through the shows in terms of like how people like them. So Boba Fett's probably going to be next. Get the ones that people didn't like as much out of the way before I get to the ones that are, more universally praised. But yeah. And then I'll get into Star Wars more after that, like, ranking things and all that stuff. But for now, we're just going episode by episode, just so we have content for the channel and something to do. So anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. Some decent music. I didn't talk about the music last week, but I think some of the music that they're using is pretty decent. It's, decent score. Feels Star Wars-y. Hold on. Feel a sneeze coming on. Maybe not. All right. I've used my Jedi powers to avoid the sneeze. Anyway, let's start off with the May character. It's not working for me. I actually will say this episode I did think that Amandla Sternberg is much better in the good twin role than she is the bad twin role. The good twin role, she's using more of her natural personality and stuff like that. So it feels like there's actually a performance happening. Whereas this evil Sith Lord or whatever she's supposed to be, it's just like, I'm making my voice a little deeper. Attack me! And it's like, is this your version of the Bale Batman voice? What the hell? It's not working. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. And get rid of the fucking daggers. Jesus fucking Christ. You have blasters and lightsabers in this world and you're using fucking daggers. Come with it. If she has some master that's teaching her, wouldn't you give her a fucking goddamn lightsaber? Anyway. Siths use lightsabers. That's how it works, guys. Sorry. Just saying. That's just my point on that one. So anyway, then when she goes to find another Jedi that who was in the temple, she has some kid annoy the droid so she can break into this temple to take out her next target after she took out Carrie-Anne Moss last week. And then we get some guy who is meditating and, he's got his eyes closed, and she tries to attack him, and basically, even though he's meditating, he's blocking all over. He's almost got like a force field around him. So she looks ridiculous and falling all over the place. So she ends up going to this other guy, Quamar, something like that. Oh my god, this fucking character. Let me just say that this is nothing against the actor himself. He can't help the way they've made him look, but he looks like Ezra Miller, and that's just like, and he's acting like Ezra Miller a little bit too in this character, and I'm just like, I know that this probably is not his full character. I get the feeling on that, but right now it's just like, oh my god, this guy's annoying, and I feel like I'm watching Ezra Miller, and I don't want to ever see Ezra Miller on screen ever again because he's a creep. And this is not that actor, obviously, but just the way his hair is and his personality, it's just like, I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna be spending time with this guy. Hope his performance gets better. If we find out more about him, and I assume he's probably some kind of connection with the Sith or something. But right now I'm just kind of like, God, this guy. Pip is fine. The little droid that she has. So, you gotta have some droids in there, and it's a fine little, cute little thing that some kid could buy as a toy, probably. Which is probably the intention because it's Disney. We're selling shit, baby. So then she goes back. She gets this poison from this guy, And it goes back to this Master Torben guy, who he's interesting looking. Like the actor looked kind of familiar, but he looked like some guy who would be on that '70s show or something with the way his hair. But then he had this weird alien-looking eye, so it was like he was from V or something. I don't know. It was weird. And then she says either confess to the Jedi Temple or take this poison basically or something like that, or beg forgiveness to me or something. And then he finally wakes up after not talking for 10 years, by the way. He took a vow of silence, which is why he wasn't talking before. And he's just like, forgive me. And then just drinks the poison. It was that easy, apparently. Yeah, sure. Oh, because you've accused me of this thing, and I know I'm somehow in the wrong. I'll just drink this poison. I could just turn myself in and just like say, hey, I fucked up and solve this entire thing, and then you won't kill anymore. But you know what? I'll just let you kill me and drink this poison. Way to stick to the thing. I mean, it was very silly. Let's see what else we got here. All I'm gonna say is poor Yord. Man, they just put this guy in his place every second. It's just like Yord has a plan, and they're like, "Nah, that's dumb. That's dumb, Yord. Just go to the back of the line, Yord, with your dumb wig haircut that they've put on you for some reason." And the actor is giving his all. He's fine. But man, that haircut. God, why do they keep doing this? But no, I felt bad for him because I'm just like, why y'all dissing Yord, man? Oh, because he's a man. Okay, so sorry, not trying to go there. I'm not one of those type of people that's like, but come on, we let's face facts that this, it's that element is there. It's Kathleen Kennedy produced stuff. It's that element was there in the sequel trilogy. It's been there in other things. It's the little kind of let's put down this man, stupid man, basically. It's there. That element's there. It's not like over the top, which I've seen in other stuff, where it's like, shut up, dumb man. So it's not completely, it's not like outrageous to the point of like, I am enraged. It's not like that. But like, there's moments of that. And it's just like, okay, can we stop dogging on this poor guy? Because I think he's supposed to be a Padawan, but no, I think he's made, because it seems like the Padawan is talking to him disrespectfully, and that just feels kind of out of place. But because I thought he had made I don't think he had made Master, but I think he was like whatever the next, I don't know Jedi lore that much, but whatever the next thing was. So it feels like she's kind of being disrespectful with Daphne Keene's character, who's fine, but like it just felt kind of like, well, this seems kind of out of place for her to be like, nah, you're dumb, Yord. Just shut up, Yord. Just shut up. Your plan sucks, Yord. Even though his plan was perfectly fine. But anyway. But so they had this idea to have Osha dress up like her twin to try to get information from this guy so they can, capture him and all that. So she just happens to find a street vendor who has the exact fucking shawl that her sister's wearing, even though she hasn't seen her sister since she was kids. Although she has these visions and stuff like that, but just happens to have this same very shawl just to pull off this mission. Yeah. And yeah, he doesn't fall for it, which already gives me an indication that, yeah, he's probably somehow Sith related, because if he's just a regular guy, he's not going to immediately be like, no, you're not her. Because if he's supposed to be an idiot, then he would have, not picked up on it. So, that already gives me elements. So, anyway, they don't know, I think they really capture him. They kind of let him go, but maybe I checked out for a minute. What else is? Oh, yeah. I pretty much put Quaymar as full of shit. So everything he's saying, it's bullshit. I can already tell. My bullshit meter went off with him. He's gonna keep slitting this at the camera immediately. So yeah, he's definitely full of shit. He's up to something. So anyway, I will say, like I said in the first episode, the guy playing Master Soul is a good actor. He's giving his fucking all. So props to him. I hope this guy gets more work. Obviously, like I said, he was learning English through this stuff. He's a Korean actor. But I like him. He's got a good presence. He's saying his lines of conviction. I think he's probably so far the best part of the show. So, yeah, he's definitely one of the strongest actors on the show, by far. But like I said, everybody is pretty solid. And like I said, I think Amanda is doing good in the Osha role. It's just the twin role. It's not doing. I think if there wasn't the whole twin element and there was somebody else that was just playing her sister instead of the twin element, and you had a different actress playing it, I think it might work better. But for me, I just don't think that she's quite got the dual personality down as well. And that's nothing against her as an actress. I don't think she's terrible. I just think, I don't know. Maybe it's direction and writing. I don't know. But like, it just feels like she's not getting enough of a performance. It just feels too same. Like, it feels like I'm just deepening my voice a little bit, and this is my change of character. And like I said, playing a dual role is a very tricky thing to do as an actor, and you have to really be able to have those elements of changing your character. And I'm not saying I could do it either, so I'm not gonna criticize too far. But yeah, that's the only thing I would say. But anyway, yes, I said before, give up the daggers because it's stupid and it's not working. It's like you may have gotten lucky in killing Carrie-Anne Moss with the fucking dagger, but come on, what the fuck is this dagger shit? Get this dagger shit out of here. There was a decent kind of fight scene between her and Saul. I thought was solid. I mean, Saul basically owned her, so that was what it was. But yeah, now you can see that she doesn't know who her master is. The kind of guy at the end of the last episode that was like, "Don't use weapons, but then keep using your damn daggers and get poisoned," which is still technically a weapon. So it's still technically a weapon. You still kill someone. So, and then they mention she meets up with with Kumar, Kumar, whatever the hell his name is. And he's like, yeah, there's the guy you're looking for, Kel Baka or something, is on this planet, and we can go there and you can kill him, basically. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't see from the trailer, there is a Wookiee Jedi. Now, I'm not one of those people that's totally like, oh, canon to the end. But I'm pretty sure George Lucas said no Wookiee should be a fucking Jedi. And you've completely gone against the creator's fucking wishes. So I do have a bit of a problem with that. Like, I like Wookiees. It's fine if you want to have a Wookiee in the show. And then the ends with basically going to this planet called Kafar. I wonder how Kafar you have to go to get there. I think you've just gone to Kafar. See, I can just make a bunch of bad pun jokes. That's what happens when you name planets. Like, what are these planet names? Like, none of it. It's not like we're going to Hoth or anything. Like, it's just like, what? Is this like another universe? What's going on here? I don't even know. And then basically these scavengers try to kind of ship. He growls at them like a Wookiee would do, and that's how the episode ends. No after credit scene or anything like that. And we're just done. Okay. Like, the last episode at least had some kind of ominous ending of like, kill them with weapons and I'm Dark Sith and all that. This is just like, yep, I'm a Wookiee. I chase you from my ship. And that's all we're going to do with that for today. Come back next week. So yeah, like I said, it's like I told my wife, I said, there's elements of a good show here. There's a good element of Star Wars elements there. I can see what the creator was trying to do. And I will say at least that, like, this one is good in the fact that there's not a ton of, like, Skywalker characters or characters that are totally related to the Skywalker thing. So this is obviously before all that. So there is sort of more of an open open sandbox to play with, which is good. I think that's what Star Wars has needed for a while, in a sense that you kind of need to have, you have to not just rely on one story and one planet. So give them credit for at least having other worlds. It's just kind of like, where the hell is this planet? But and like I said, I know stuff might be influenced by the books and all that type of stuff, and that's totally fine. Like I said, I haven't really read enough of the books to really know all this stuff, so it is what it is. But yeah, so that's episode 2. Like I said, there's elements of a good show. There's some good acting in here, and I'm curious to see how it turns out and all that. But I'll probably watch the 3rd episode tomorrow, and I'll have a review up for that, as well as another reenactment. I have a thought of who I'm gonna do for a reenactment, but I need to look it up, like I did last week with the thing from the scene from the thing. That's really hard to say. That I did. I actually practiced that a couple times before I fully recorded it. So I had a good time with that one. And we got 411 views on it, so rocking. It's like the 5th most viewed short we have next to all my puns of the days. So awesome, guys. Keep on watching those too. And I hope you like this review. As I said, I'm not a hater. I just kind of look at it from a perspective of someone who liked the original trilogy, liked the prequels more or less, and liked parts of the sequel trilogy. It's the same thing. It's kind of one of those things though, like I said, with potential. The same thing existed with the sequel trilogy, as in like, man, if they just went this direction, if they just tweaked this a little bit, I think we'd have a really great trilogy. But they chose to do other things, and that was their choice, and whatever, their prerogative. But it's just one of those kind of things where, like, man, you know, I mean, everybody's got that element, especially if you're an actor or a creator. Like, well, if I was in charge, it's just like that Monday morning quarterback type thing. Of like, well, if it was me running things, here's what I would have done. But yeah, I don't know. To me, if you want to look at something that respects the originals while also elevating new characters, look at Cobra Kai. Because that show did it right. There's a couple other aspects that did it right. Creed did a pretty good job of it too. But like, yeah, you know, it's if you're going to continue on with something, you got to kind of treat it with some reverence and respect. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, well, we can do better. Otherwise, you got, you know, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. Tolkien. We don't need that hack. He only built this world and shit. That'd be like Star Trek being like, yeah, Roddenberry. Fuck that shit. I haven't watched most of the new Star Treks. I really don't know if they've already done that. But yeah, but it's just like, it just kind of feels like, yeah, fuck this creator guy who put all this effort into it. Fuck that guy. I know better. It's just like such arrogance sometimes. Anyway, I'll get off my Hollywood soapbox rant now and wrap up this video. And like and subscribe, guys, and I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night.